So hi guys, I'm British WW2 Man, and today I got another new video on just an update and some new stuff that I bought. So first off, I'll start off with new stuff I've got. This is just some of the new stuff I've got. Because I've not done videos in ages because I've had A-levels and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, I've got lots of new stuff, but this is just some of the newest stuff I've got. So first off, here, Camel Net. £2, got it from an antique shop. It's not one, but it's actually two Camel Nets. So there's the first one. Second one, I think these are World War II. Original World War II, because they've got the pull string, which the replicas don't have usually. So there are two of them, and they'll go nicely on my my turtle helmets, British obviously. So secondly, I've got a whole load of coins, British coins, mainly halfpennies, farthings and pennies. Yeah, they're all in the bag. I won't bother getting that because you probably won't want to see each of them. This isn't really a coin review video. If you want a good coin review, a money review channel, I think there's a guy called Currency World. He's awesome at this stuff. So yeah, next thing we got was this, which is the original 1942 dated British Army issue, or military issue, trench coat belt, I believe. So it says 1942 AC 1942, and it's got the broad arrow on it, and it goes all the way down here. It looks like stitching slightly failed on this part here. But other than that, yeah, I'll be getting onto this soon. So, yeah, keep that in mind. It's a bit rusted, but apart from that, can't do that badly for £2. This also cost me £1. All those coins, 12 coins. Next thing is this, which is, I believe, post World War II torch or flashlight. It says made in Hong Kong on the bottom, so it works still. It's got 3 settings, so off, signalling, which you do with this button here, the red button, and then fully on, which is just that. So yeah, it's got a metal clip at the back that clips onto belt or whatever. It says made in Hong Kong there. So that's it really. It's got a little bit of damage there, but the good thing about these is you can still find the batteries for them. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, now moving on to the big things that I got recently. I went to a place, it's called Book World or something like that. I can't remember where it is. It's got a whole load of books for sale for £1 each. So I basically went crazy because they had a military section. Spent £7, got some books. They're really awesome. So first off, I got this. This is very awesome. I just saw it as I was walking out. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. Flipped through it and I was like, oh my god, this is really detailed. So yeah, it basically shows the greatest battles of World War II. For example, Battle of Kursk here, and the Kharkov offensives. Well, it's actually a Kharkov offensive, but not Kursk, but you see the Kursk salient there. And yeah, and other things, and I think this is the supply convoys, Arctic convoys, yeah, and other things like that, and Southwestern Front, and then it has D-Day here, which is really awesome. Shame it doesn't show any like actual German defences, which would be very, very interesting if it did, but unfortunately it doesn't. One thing I was always made me interesting is when the Germans were forced into Cherbourg. Why didn't the German commanders in the Channel Islands over here, which probably would be about here, send boats and ships to rescue the men from here? And the commander in Cherbourg should have really in my opinion, it might not have been possible because it could have been blockaded, but got all of the requisitioned every single last boat in Cherbourg and got his men out. Okay, they would have probably had to leave their heavy vehicles behind, but at least he would have saved his men and moved them to the Channel Islands. Anyway, that's it. That's that really. Just goes on like that. Won't go on more about that one. That's a good book. Very interesting. Next thing. Manual for Court Martial in the United States. This is very, very awesome. Very cool. As you can see, it's got all these tags in. And they're basically... this is Legal Office 7 there. It's got a whole lot of thing here. It says USS Los Angeles Memorandum from Supply Officer to Supply Officer HMS Tiger. Something something. Hope you won't mind my writing you as middleman in this something of this much used copy of our legal manual. Thank you again for the very pleasant party. It's the guy who sent it. So it's really awesome, really awesome. I just saw it, I was like, slightly post World War II, slightly not what I do, but I think that the laws wouldn't have changed that much. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Looks like someone started out writing it in an act and forgot to. Yeah, I think it says Act of 5th of May, sorry, 1950. Just about rich justice and other things. It's such a nice book. Very fragile, some of the pages. That's why I don't usually like to use these little tabs that the person stuck in, because, well, like you can see with that one, it's ripped. So anyway, that's a really awesome thing. Pound. Next thing is Stolberg, Bound and Duty, Memoirs of a German Officer, 1932 to 45. This is really awesome. I love this book. It, from what I've read in it so far, basically it describes this guy who's a German staff officer during the war, and it describes he was with Manstein and lots of other people. It's like got his Allied headquarters safe passage thing that pass that they've had scanned in. So that's really awesome, really interesting. I've not read the whole thing, obviously, like I haven't read all of those things, but they look really good. This next thing, that was £1 too. £1, like I said before, everything was £1. This is very, very interesting. Pocket Guide of Submarines of the World. And the really interesting thing was, under P, I found a Pioneer, that's it. This is a Confederate submarine, which was actually a privateer, which is very interesting, and I don't know whether it actually sunk anything or not, because it says performance unknown, submerged not known. So anyway, it's really interesting. Yeah, of course the famous Confederate submarine was a Hunley. Unfortunately that got shot by a Yankee sailor, so and because it was Southern steel, it was crap. So it broke and let water in through one of the portholes and sank. Anyway, off that. Next thing, Ships of the Royal Navies. This is used to be part of a library book, something like that. So it looks like it said it was being sold in 1942, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, it's where is it? 1935, dated, which is really, really awesome. It's very interesting because yeah, it's just really interesting. It just describes the interwar navy, and it's quite interesting because in one of them, where it was talking about the aircraft carriers, it was on about it was a page about the Glorious, and another one beginning with G. I won't find it because it would take too long, but it said sunk by torpedoes 1940. Someone had written in pencil next to it, which is interesting. So yeah, again, £1. Next thing, very awesome. German Order of Battle, 1944, which basically shows all of the late things. I mean, it's by Brian L. Davis. The photographic section is great German World War II historian, well, British, but I think, or American, but he knows lots about the Germans during World War II. I got another one of his books, German Uniforms and Insignia, 1933 to 45, I think it is. And then Ian Hogg, I got another book by him. He's a great author. Anyway, very useful. It just talks about it all, like all the way how it's been, how it's designed. Actually goes on and talks about the Wehrkriegers at the beginning. Talks about the Wehrkriegers at the beginning. Here it is. And it has each Wehrkrieg, and it tells you what, where it was in Saxony, where Wehrkrieg 4, Saxony and part of Thuringia, extended in 1939 to northern fronts of Bohemia and districts of Bohemia, and it says all of the divisions that are mobilised, all that interesting stuff. So it makes it very, very, very useful for me as a German reenactor and collector. So the last book I got was Let the Tiger Turn Tail by Russell Spur. Now this looks very interesting. It's about a guy who is a war correspondent during World War II for the, I think it was the Indian Royal Navy, and it talks about how he was in Japan and stuff like that. So it's very, very awesome. And so yeah, there's a picture of him with his camera and in his naval uniform. Very interesting. I just read a bit of it, and it talks about how he got. The bit that I just read from it was about when he got trapped by some Japs. They were, him and his officers were, and all people who were travelling with him were stuck in they were stuck in like a dinghy in a beach, trying to get off the beach. Anyway, so last two things. Let's move that out of the way. These are my two newest things. So these are my two newest things. So the one that I've been really obsessed about for ages is this. So yeah, this came all the way from Russia. Yeah, obviously I've got it upside down so I don't show my address or the sender's address, and where it says return to on the other package I got it covered over just so I don't reveal any personal info. Close the knife up and pull this out. So it's a PPSH 41 drum ammunition pouch or magazine pouch. just hope it can. Let's see if there's anything else. No, nothing else in the package. So yeah, it's in a lot better condition than I thought it would be, because in the pictures the buckle here was all rusted. But it's got all these lovely Soviet stamps, 43 dated there, which is bloody awesome. 43 dated arrow patch. Got the 2 loops on the back, and that is going to go on my, either on with one of my German impressions as my Feldgendarme in one of those impressions probably, or Waffen SS impression, or it'll go with kind of like a Soviet impression, semi-Soviet impression that I'm starting to get together. So yeah, I'm tempted not to force that actually, because it's original, but yeah. So I'll just go and get out the PPSH for you when I got it covered over, just so that people, if anyone looks in my window, they don't go, holy crap, he's got a machine gun slung over his bed, or some BS like that, or they go, oh my god, he's got rifles propped up, he must be a terrorist, some shit like that, which people who are stupid will believe. So just like that. Just trying to get the camera to settle down again. So here's the magazine, the pouch, and it fits in just like that. This bit's go over like that. This bit curves over top like so. It does up. This looks like it's completely unissued as well, which is awesome. I don't want to force it to close up, but you kind of get the idea. That's what it would look like. And this bit goes under there. And yeah, now if I was with my German impression, I'd have one of my D loops here, D hoops, loops, whatever they are, there, and then I'd have my webbing, my Y strap attached to it, and then yeah, so that I just leave it blank. So yeah, it'd either be, if I was choosing to do a Soviet impression, which I probably won't, it'd be probably a Soviet partisan impression, but yeah, because Soviet partisan saves me having to go out and fork out £1 million on a Soviet uniform or whatever. So yeah, that's that. Now, last thing. Now, I told you to remember this. Well done, congrats if you're still with me. So, yeah, the belt. Now this is to do with that. Have you guessed yet what it could be? I gotta find the knife. Did I put it in my pocket? No, I haven't. I've gone and lost the knife. I've gone and lost the knife. A couple of seconds. Just find a new one. Like a retard, I've lost the knife, so new knife. So yeah, it's the one that I got, covered the Windows name over. Anyway, I should not be doing that. That was dangerous. So yeah, you might not know what this is. It is going to be fab, and I'm going to be using it for SOE/German spy impression, because it will fit for both. Because I'm planning on getting, like, I don't know what the late German spy organisation was called, because I know the Abwehr was what was the German military intelligence up until 1943. Then Canaris got given the boot from the Abwehr, and it got absorbed in late 1943. So I have no idea what it was called. But, no, it's slightly modern, but who cares? It's almost the same. It is a trench coat. Very, very nice indeed. So yeah, it's modern next, but who cares? It's literally the same as a World War II style. Fun, and I just really got to replace the buttons because they look a teeny bit modern, plasticky sort of thing. Not totally inaccurate, because I mean, during World War II the economy variants were probably a bit crap, but anyway, what I'll have to do after that is just replace the label if I really want to, and then yeah, it is just perfect. I mean, that'll be doing really well for my SOE spy impression. So yeah, that is basically it. It's even got the little hook up here. So that said, it's basically that. I'm almost certainly going to replace the craft belt on this with that. Here's the other side. In fact, wait, this has almost came out anyway. Yeah, I mean, this looks, I'm not sure how accurate this is for World War II, but it doesn't look totally accurate for World War II, this belt, but so what. Material looks slightly off, but I mean, so what, it was 10 quid. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, so that's basically the end of the update. Comment, subscribe, bye.